Freedom March with Rodney Munker. Up next on ILTV.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of ILS or the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a product of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented, in part or entirety, without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2024. All rights are reserved.
Marijuana is a dangerous drug.
The Queen is dead! God save the King!
There can never be rape in marriage. BMW sound like bad man wagon. Not only am I saved, I'm saved and sanctified. The revolution is alive, and we must continue to document it.
Freedom!
Broadcasting live from the ILTV studios located here at University Drive. Welcome once again to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Munker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I'm also a member of the local Roman Catholic Church. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor. I thank God he is here. Bradley, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you so much. Good to be here.
The weekend was tragic. In Conga Town, Fox Hill, two Negro men, at least two men suspected of being Negro citizens, entered the barber shop and opened fire. When it was all over, at least 5 people, according to police, were shot, 2 died, and 3 were wounded. Among them, it is reported to be a 7-year-old boy. So, as murder took place here in the capital, in the nation's second city, I'm advised that we had a double rape. But of course, they were individual rapes. One, it is alleged, took place, guess where? It is believed to be Airbnb. Remember what I told you? That Airbnb is emerging every day as a gangster paradise. So we look at it. But notwithstanding all of those criminal activity, the country shall celebrate Christmas in 2 days' time. So there are thousands of citizens throughout the capital, throughout the Bahamas, preparing for the Christmas celebration. So that is good news, but we must continue to pray. I may also look at a 7-year-old Negro boy that I'm advised that Bahamas Air was responsible for, but neglected their responsibility. Is that true? We look at it. This is Freedom March. Today is Monday, the 23rd of December, 2024. God save King Charles III, the royal family.
Freedom March with Rodney Munker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and of course, there is an interesting development taking place in the governing Progressive Liberal Party. Over the weekend, there was a national general meeting at the PLP headquarters. There, the party leader and Prime Minister, Philip Rabe Davis, called on party members to put aside personal squabbles and to unite, because it is time that the PLP remains united. It is time that it protects its foundation, because there is an evil force that the PLP must battle, and that will not be successful unless the PLP is united. So that is an interesting development where the Prime Minister is calling on PLPs to stop infighting. I was rather shocked by that revelation, as I have no evidence of any squabble taking place in the PLP. But I want to warn PLPs, the Prime Minister having called for unity, I shall now be looking at the party, and anyone whom I suspect is contributing to disorder in the governing Progressive Liberal Party, I shall attack them openly. So, please toe the line. Well, it's Christmas time. My spiritual advisor, behold the Bahamian people.
Absolutely. Today we're going to go to the book of Luke, the second chapter. We're going to read verses 21 to 24. I want you to follow me on this. Because if you don't have a red Bible, you'll miss this. I want to explain something very important to you. Luke chapter 2, 21 to 24. Here's what the author Luke says here. Follow me now. You got to follow me, because if you don't pay attention, you'll miss this. This is very important. On the 8th day, when it was time to circumcise the child, he was named Jesus, the name the angel had given him before he was conceived. Jesus, when the time, watch this now, when the time came for the purification rites required by the law of Moses, Joseph and Mary took him to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord. Go ahead, producer. Follow me now. As it is written in the law of the Lord, every firstborn male is to be consecrated to the Lord and to offer a sacrifice in keeping in what is said in the law of the Lord, a pair of doves and 2 young pigeons. Go back to verse number 22. Listen, I want you to follow me now on something. There's this theory that suggests that the Israelites had 2 laws. They had a ceremonial law and they had a moral law. The moral law is the 10 Commandments only. So what you see written on the tables of stone, the 10 Commandments, that is the law of the Lord, or the moral law. All the other laws written by the hand of Moses is referred to as the ceremonial law. So the law of Moses is the ceremonial law, and the law of the Lord is the 10 Commandments only. So whatever you see written on the tables of stone is the 10 Commandments, and that's the law of the Lord. But watch this. When the time came for the purification rites required by the law of Moses, which some say is a ceremonial law, Joseph and Mary took him to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord. Go up, producer. Watch this now. Here's what it says. As it is written in the law of the Lord, every firstborn male is to be consecrated to the Lord and to offer sacrifice in keeping with what is said in the law of the Lord. A pair of doves and 2 young pigeons. If you look at the Ten Commandments, you won't see this on the Ten Commandments. You won't see this written on the tables of stone. This is what some call the law of Moses. But Luke chapter 2, 21 to 24, uses the law of Moses and the law of the Lord interchangeably. There's only one law. They only got one law. And that law is the law of God, or the law of Moses. It's all the same law. This passage bears that out very, very clearly. Luke chapter 2, 21 to 24. Now you need a red Bible to pick this up. If you don't have a red Bible, you won't get it. The word of God is forever and ever blessed. Thank you so much, producer. Back to you, Senator.
I thank you, my spiritual
Yeah, that's a little bit of
advisor.
Bible 101 for the day.
Bible 101.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thank you for Bible 101.
Indeed.
It's powerful.
Indeed.
Well, folks, over the weekend, Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis spoke to a general meeting of the governing Progressive Liberal Party. It appears that that meeting was held at Lyndon Pindling Center. That would be where the PLP headquarters is located on Farrington Road. The Prime Minister called for unity among PLPs. This comes in the aftermath of the fact that the Prime Minister has informed the party that there has been infighting taking place in the party. I was shocked to hear this revelation from the Prime Minister because I regard myself as having my ear close to the ground, but it appears that the infighting is very secretive because I've not heard it, and I normally hear everything. But the Prime Minister having said it, I call on PLPs to recognize what we are up against. We are up against the forces of evil, a force that has conspired with external forces to destabilize the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And it becomes very important, as the Prime Minister points out, that unless the PLP unite and organize efficiently, it runs the risk of permitting the Free National Movement to retain power and thus causing the forward progress to go backwards. So this is an interesting development. And I call on PLPs, I call on cabinet ministers, I call on members of the Stalwart Council. Members of the Stalwart Council must put up their guard and they must assist the Prime Minister in identifying troublemakers and whip them in line. The PLP National General Council is perhaps the most powerful political organ of the party, and it has a duty to maintain order, and it must be order behind leadership, and the leader, as we know, is Philip Brave Davis. So if it's God's will, I shall now be watching and investigating, and any PLP cabinet minister, any stalwart that I conclude is working towards the destabilization of the governing Progressive Liberal Party, I shall openly attack them. Because this is no time to pussyfoot. This is no time to play disunity. This is no time to play personal. This is the time to support one leader united behind Prime Minister Philip Davis. So, as the Spirit moved me, I may attack some PLPs today. Once the Spirit reveals to me, this is the troublemaker that the Prime Minister is talking about. My spiritual advisor, any comments?
No comments. No.
I thank you, my spiritual advisor. So these are some of the problems that we have faced with. Now, over the weekend, we have had some problems with crime, notwithstanding that we're a Christian nation, notwithstanding that we have hundreds of churches, notwithstanding that there is a united Christian council. Well, in Congatong, Fox Hill, apparently on Saturday morning, 2 men believed to be members of the Negro race. They entered a barber shop, heavily armed, opened fire on 5 people, and in the process, 2 were murdered, 3 were seriously wounded, including a 7-year-old Negro lad. Well, the police was on the scene swiftly. They were able to identify the getaway vehicle, and they have arrested 2 Negro men whom they are investigating to determine to what extent, if any, and what role they may have played in this whole episode. It's just amazing what happens in Congo town. The Congo people, they're so interesting, the level of violence that takes place in Congo town, and I think that leadership is needed, social leadership, Christian leadership, and the question I ask is, what is the organized Christian church doing in that area of the island? And there's so many churches that surrounds that barber shop. So it is so tragic. 2 men killed. The murder count, I'm advised, is now 119. So there's like 119 murders. And you will recall that the other day it was revealed that there were 119 Negro citizens on bail for murder. And those cases, it has been projected, many of them will not be heard for the next 10 years. So this is so interesting. I don't know what to say in the midst of all of this treachery, all of this murder taking place, all of this mayhem. And if you thought that was bad, in the nation's second city, Grand Bahama, there were 2 separate murders. A Negro woman who happens to be in the possession of a Negro man whom it is alleged she knew very well. And he had in his company a Negro man who she did not know. Well, at the end of the day, the unknown Negro man raped her. That would be like 1 a.m. in the morning. And 4 hours later, a woman believed to be at an Airbnb. Remember what I told you, that Airbnb, notwithstanding that people are rejecting what I'm saying, Airbnb is like the mafia. It's not organized. These are not organized Airbnb, meaning that it's a group. But Airbnb has been one of the greatest front for human smuggling, drug smuggling, money laundering, rape, and murder. Airbnb. And so this woman is believed to have been raped around 5 a.m. on Grand Bahama in a community that I best describe as Airbnb. But of course, the authorities have refused to identify it as Airbnb. So, you see what we are up against. Men are not safe, they're being murdered, and children who are nearby are subject to be shot along with the woman them. And then in Grand Bahama, we see a continuous assault on the woman them. So this is what is taking place in our country 2 days from Christmas. Do you want to comment on the rape of the woman then?
Well, the act in the barbershop would really put some fear in a lot of folks. Because, I mean, you in the barbershop, an established business, waiting on a service, and here comes two men armed with what the police described as high-powered weapons, and I guess they would determine that based on the dispense and the shells that were dispensed, right? So, Sandra, when you look at it, that places fear in the hearts of a lot of people who would frequent these barbershops, because this is not the first barbershop this happened to. I remember on Blue Hill Road South when a young man was shot and killed in a barbershop on the second floor of a building just facing Marshall Road. These are what you call, to me, these are acts of terrorism, because you're really putting fear in the mind of people who just want to legitimately go to the barbershop to, wait for service. So, it begs the question, what is going to be done about the guns that's on the streets and these lawless men who go about committing these heinous acts, What's the next course of action? I don't know. It's like, for us in the Bahamas, it's like we're just beating this dead horse over and over again. No government seems to be able to resolve this matter, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. It's not getting any better. So something has to give, Sandra. Those were acts of terrorism, in my opinion, that should be dealt with, swiftly and with full accordance to the law. But I believe they do have two suspects.
Well, they have two men. I'm not sure we should regard them
As suspects?
as
Are they persons of interest?
perhaps that might be a better adjective. Let's put it this way. You go into the area, you found the escaped vehicle, and you see some Negro people nearby. And since you know the crimes are being committed by the Negro people, well, the best thing for the police to do is to grab the first one, two, or more Negro person. I don't think it would be fair to say that the police is racially profiling, even though I advocate racial profiling in the Bahamas, because the evidence will show that every time a major crime is committed, it is being committed by a Negro person.
That's a fact.
So, you may have to do racial profiling. This is Freedom March. God save the Commandant of the Bahamas. God save King Charles III. The entire royal family and all the Negro people. God save the Negro people. We are under murder and rape. It's powerful. I'll be right back.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2020. All rights are reserved.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and I want to start off by wishing each and every one of you a Merry, Merry Christmas. Bradley, will you pay bills?
Absolutely. Multi-Discount is a store located on Monroe Avenue, offering a wide range of home goods and appliances at affordable prices. They cater to various styles from simple to sophisticated, making them a great option for new and old parents or anyone looking to freshen up their home. Everybody needs money always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your max life. All right, thank you, producer. Back to you.
This is powerful.
Indeed.
Well, folks, we need what my spiritual advisor, does the Christian call it, a revival?
A revival.
We need a revival for the Royal Bahamas Police Force. It is clear to me that Satan is after law enforcement in the Bahamas, and we have to pray. Notwithstanding that we have seen both the police and the defense force involved in the controversy involving drug smuggling, in Acklands, one of the most shocking situations has occurred. There is video evidence of a policeman who's been on the Royal Bahamas Police Force for approximately 6 years. He's been a wonderful policeman, an outstanding police, and confidence has been displayed in him. He's been assigned to Acklands and Crooked Island. The video shows him entering a business place. The next thing we see, he's looking around left and right as if to see if anybody is nearby. Then he goes into what appears to be either a cash register or some money box. And it is now reported, and you can see this on the video, of him taking out what appears to be money and stuffing it in his pocket. It is now being alleged that he would have stolen approximately $280. Video. The worst part about it is he is wearing his police uniform. He does not go in civilian clothing. He does not put on a mask. But armed with his Royal Bahamas Police uniform, the uniform of our king, a blessed sovereign King Charles III, and he steals $280. Meanwhile, the enemy of the Royal Bahamas Police Force would now want to put that on the Commissioner of Police. But the Commissioner of Police is in Nassau, carrying out his function, but reposing trust and confidence in every other member of the organization. It is as if we have forgotten a very powerful lesson that the minister responsible for foreign affairs, Fred Mitchell, teaches, that each of us are responsible for our own behavior, our own activity, our own criminal behavior. And by grab, dressed in police uniform, he steals $280, it is alleged. Now the commissioner of police got to send a special plane to Acklands to arrest him and to bring him back to Nassau. It is a tragedy. It is a sad, sad situation. And those of us who either don't like Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernanda, those of us who wishes to play politics with the government, with the Royal Bahamas Police Force, they would want to blame the commissioner for that and say, you see what he did? Let's blame Clayton Fernanda. Well, by grab, when Clayton Fernanda retires in the New Year's, who will they blame next? It's a tragic situation, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. I think stealing, no matter what he would have been wearing, would have been terrible. But by grab, the man does it in uniform, further undermining public respect and confidence in the Royal Bahamas Police Force. I might as well say it. Police officers who act like that, we should put the cat o' nine tail on them. I hate to have said that. God forgive me for saying that. But really, any policeman who is wearing the King's uniform, no mask, and goes into a business place and robs it of $280, the magistrate should give him the cat. My spiritual advisor, do you wish to comment?
Yeah, I often wonder when the recruitment exercise is being done by the Royal Bahamas Police Force, do they seek character references from
Yes,
them?
they do. Yes, they do.
They do? Because you don't want to hire a thief.
Pardon?
You don't want to hire a thief. But
Some
you know,
of these people were not thieves when they joined the force.
right, this man was desperate, right? He's all the way in Acklands. What happened? Mind you, when did this happen, sorry?
I think it happened over the weekend.
The government just paid on Thursday, right?
Okay.
It was Thursday the 19th? Anyhow,
I'm not sure.
so is he a reservist or he's a
He's full-time policeman.
Right, so he just got paid.
Even if he didn't get paid.
I know.
Even if he didn't get paid, what he was going to buy up in Acklands,
But what was he stealing? Did he steal rum?
$280 in cash.
Oh, he stole cash?
Yes.
I thought they say he stole some rum.
Well, I don't know. I have not heard the allegation with rum.
So it's
We
cash.
see him in the cash. He's taking out what appears to be money and putting it in his pocket based on the video. And I was inundated by videos. I couldn't figure out what the hell this was. Right? And it's a very tragic thing.
Yeah.
And I say anybody who blames that on Clayton Fernanda, they're not safe. Anybody who blames that on the managerial team of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, they're not safe. Remember what Fred Mitchell say, we are accountable for our own behavior. How the hell, if I conduct myself irresponsibly, you're going to blame some other relative of mine? We have to be accountable. It's a very sad situation. Just a couple of days ago, we had a Defense Force vessel that went to sea, and when they returned, somebody either miscount the bullets. They had X amount of bullets, but when they count, that was missing. And the worst part about it is, it was so much bullet, it would be difficult for one man or one officer to thief it. So what could have possibly gone wrong? Two things. Either the person who's responsible for receiving the bullets did not properly count them, or somebody stole them. It's tragic. Now the Americans, they know what we've done. Because don't forget, I received the intelligence out of Acklands by cell phone. And the American cell phone is smarter than my cell phone. So we cannot do anything that is bad and we are not caught once you're using technology. So I call on police officers to pray, meditate, and notwithstanding how hard it might be, if you really need $280, you might as well be bold, pick up the phone and call your minister and say to him, Mr. Monroe, I'm desperate. I need $280. Will you lend it to me? Because if you don't, the devil could lead me astray. How that sound, my spiritual
But
advisor?
it doesn't seem as if that's cash.
What it looks like?
It seems as if it's an item he took.
A what?
It seems as if it's an item. I'm looking at this video.
Seems as if it's a what?
An item. He took something.
Yeah,
it
the
ain't
item-
cash.
the
It don't look
item-
like it's
No,
cash.
it's not cash. It's money.
Anyhow, I'm looking at the video. Let me just see. Because he went out, he came in.
Yes.
There's something that's just sitting right on the counter, which I doubt would be cash. He opens it.
Is he looking around mysteriously?
Yes.
Suspiciously?
Yeah, he is looking around.
So it's
But if that's money, right? Why do they have that sitting on the counter?
well, it was not on the counter.
Where's it?
It was below it.
Senator, the man is moving something off the top of the counter, okay?
Okay, my spiritual advisor.
Did you watch the video?
I did watch it.
Producer, could you play the video for us again, please?
No, I'm I'm hiding the policeman.
Man.
My spiritual advisor, I'm hiding him.
Man, Senator,
I am hiding
let's get
him.
this thing right.
No,
He
no,
removes
I'm hiding
something
him.
from off the
We will
top
play the
of the
video
counter.
when he is formally charged in court. I do not wish to. My spiritual advisor, I want you to listen to me. I'm a justice of
Yeah, I
the
know.
peace.
You always don't like to
Under
listen when people
Section
trying to tell you
5.
something, trying to tell you the truth.
Are you listening to me? Under Section 5 of the Magistrate Act, I am a magistrate. You didn't know that, eh?
Yeah.
And therefore, I must uphold the law. I'm a magistrate, you know. You didn't know that? Every justice of the peace is a quasi-magistrate.
You may be a crazy magistrate.
Yes. Don't let me hold you in contempt now, eh? And therefore, I'm going to protect him until such time as he is formally taken before a justice of the peace and arraigned. All right?
Okay.
Now, after he is formally charged in the courts, we can play all of his video. But we're not going to play any video because there is a presumption in law that he's innocent
until proven
until
guilty.
two things happens. One, he pleads guilty, or two, he's found guilty by a competent court. I know the Chief Justice would be proud to see that I'm upholding the law. Lord, I'm trying my best with my spiritual advisor. So, folks, we have to talk to our relatives. The police officer is merely a reflection of the community. So when police officers go astray, for many of us, we are ready to laugh and giggle and say, yeah, you see what the police doing. But don't forget who the police are. They are our sons and daughters, our parents, our brothers, our relative. They are a reflection of us. Don't ever forget it. Now we hope that by training and the building of character and good education, they may not take with them the detractions. But it's a very sad day in the country, and I think we need a revival. I think we need a national revival, not only for the policemen, but for everybody, for every citizen, because we've gone astray. And don't forget, all of us have the ability to commit wrong. So we have to constantly pray, we have to constantly think about it, and we have to constantly say, boy, if I move this money and they catch me, what I gonna say? What will I do? What will people say? How will my family see it? We have to think about that. It isn't only us. Sometimes it hurts friends greater than it hurts family. So it's a very tragic thing. And it is people like my spiritual advisor who I believe is not carrying out the kind of spiritual campaign.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, my spiritual advisor, are you gossiping the gospel?
That's all.
When last have you been to Acklands? It appears, I know,
I've never been
historically,
there.
Acklands and Crooked Island, they have been Church of God, Baptist type people.
No, I've never been to Acklands.
Okay, so perhaps you need to
Hopefully one day will.
you might need to establish.
But so he has disgraced the Royal Bahamas Police Force and its uniform. So what are they going to do? They're going to take it away from him?
Well, having been placed under arrest, they would have to bring formal charges against him.
Okay.
That isn't just a matter for the police disciplinary body. It makes the whole police embarrassed. It is as if the man didn't realize that technology exists. We live in the age of technology.
Camera right in the shop.
Camera is the picture. Camera is the pen. Camera is the light. Camera is everything. So you have to pray. You have to be honest, and then when people accuse you, you say to the accuser, "Bring your video," because you know you are innocent. So you can challenge them, "Bring your video." But now, perhaps we thought that the technology does not exist in Acklands. Some of the greatest people, some of the smartest people, they came from Acklands and Crooked Island. When you look at the historic leadership of the country, that's where they came from. Okay? Don't forget who Ackland's people are. They all like upstairs house. Anybody living in an upstairs house is a very smart person. All right? So I thought we'll tell that to you. What time is it now, my spiritual advisor?
We probably got another 10 minutes.
Another 10 minutes?
Yeah, we got another 10 minutes.
Okay, this is great.
In this segment. Yeah.
So we did talk about the two murders.
Yeah, and
We
like
talked about the rape.
the rape that went down. I haven't heard about the rape, to be honest with you.
Rape in Grand Bahama.
Right. Now, here's what I think you're doing wrong.
Okay.
Rape, as we know it in the past, has been happening in homes, parks, even some beaches, private islands, so on and so forth. Don't tie the stigma of rape to Airbnb.
Well, in fairness to
You can't do
one
that.
of the rape,
Right?
there were
Because
two
then you're
rapes.
making it seem as if like this is where rape happened in Airbnb. That's not the case. You know, it happens
Do
everywhere.
you go to Airbnb?
I've never rented an Airbnb. You
So
know.
you can't give an account for Airbnb. When you start renting Airbnb,
but I am in the future thinking about establishing an Airbnb.
you just make sure
on
they
the
don't
island of
rape
Exuma.
there.
No, I won't have. Remember now, you rent these places to people, and basically you don't require that much when you rent short term. You know, you may have some. You know,
There were two rapes.
There's some listing of things you may
One
want.
rape took place. I didn't want to say where the first rape took place, but you forced me. One rape took place in the back seat of the car.
Okay.
Okay? And the other one is
The
believed.
car or a car?
Huh?
You know the car?
If I know the car?
Yeah.
When you say if I know the car, what you mean
You
by
say
that?
one rape occurred in the backseat of the car. Which car was that?
The car where the crime
Oh.
took place
Okay.
1 a.m.
Okay.
She happens to be in the company of two Negro men, one whom she know, the other she didn't know.
And who did the rape in?
The one she didn't know.
Oh wow.
All
So
right.
the guy who she knew, would he be charged as well?
If he was complicit in it,
He may have been a part of the whole scheme.
we don't know. But he has not been accused of rape.
Oh.
All right. So I don't know all the full circumstances. So one was in the car, The other one was Airbnb. I thought Airbnb was more salacious and more disgraceful. Yeah.
But also, how come I look so black today?
You've always looked this way, my spiritual advisor.
Like a real Negro?
Black is beautiful.
Yeah.
I want
I'm
you
really
to be,
black today.
I want you to be proud.
Say it loud.
Huh?
Say it loud.
I
I'm
want
black
you
and
to
I'm
be
proud.
Yeah, be proud. Don't forget you're the first man. God made black people first, you know.
Absolutely. We came from the soil.
Yeah.
Everybody
So I
else
want you to be
changed color.
proud as a black man.
Yeah.
And I want you to continue to be a Holy Ghost black
But listen,
man.
we have to find a way. You know, I don't understand what the government is dealing with, you know.
As it relates to?
I don't know if the government is serious about arresting crime in this country.
What is it that you want the government to do?
Listen, make sure that when these crimes are committed, that the punishment is fit for these crimes, that these people get it. You have to find a way to deal with the level of crime in the country. This is a very serious matter. Some countries find a way to control their people and the crime. They find a way to do it. It seems as if we just don't care. You know what it is for fellas to have AK-47s or AR-15s and to walk into a barbershop? You know what that's saying? Nobody is safe. Nobody. Because the police apparently don't know who got these guns. They don't have no intelligence about who have these guns, who bringing the guns in, who's smuggling the guns. They apparently don't have a clue. So if the police don't have a clue as to what's going on, then nobody is safe. You could be driving home and you come at an intersection where you have to stop, or you're at a roundabout, and somebody could pull up on the side of you, and that person could have a gun.
Well, certainly you can't blame the police if you went to the barber shop.
They're supposed to have
My special
intelligence
advisor,
about
you
these
are a
high-powered weapons.
gangster. Let's get this clear. You are a gangster. And so you go to the barber shop. Barber shop is for decent people. Barber shop is for law-abiding citizens.
No, man, barber shop for everybody.
No.
If you can
No. If you
They
are
don't
a
discriminate.
gangster,
They don't discriminate.
I want you to listen to me. You are a gangster.
And who would
so
know
you
that?
go to the barber shop. How you mean who know it? You know you a gangster.
Who know? Oh.
So you go
Does
to
the
barber
barber know
shop.
that this person he's serving is a
I'm
gangster?
not talking about the barber. I'm talking about the customer. He knows he's a gangster. He goes to the barber shop. He lays off. He closes his eye and getting his hair cut.
Right. See, that's one.
All right?
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why me, in particular, if I'm at a particular place and I see a person walking and they have an anklet bracelet on, I just disappear. No matter what I doing, I sometimes just put the items down and I gone.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know if somebody foreign this fella who got this anklet bracelet on. Because, I mean, I know he's being monitored, but for some strange reason, fellas is finding a way to find them.
What if it was a
So
female?
whenever I see a person get
What
anklet,
if it was a woman who walked in with an ankle
I did the same thing. There was a woman who came into a place where I was, and she was wearing an anklet bracelet, and I was shocked because I know her. I was like, what's she doing with this on? I was gone.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you don't know what these people, what kind of crime they may have committed. And, you know, people will be watching you, especially if they're trying to get back at you. And that's something that I'm always conscious of. I can always tell when somebody's wearing an anklet bracelet.
Really?
And once I see it, sometimes I put my hands down, they go on. I say, my brother, I ain't staying around here.
Okay.
Just look like a movie, may soon get ready to get cut down there. So,
Okay, so now you see
is
what
what
we're
it
up
is.
against, right?
Yeah.
You are a gangster and you want to go into a serious man them barber shop. You are a gangster and you want to go into
But-
boy them
But Sandra,
corner.
yeah, what I find to be even more interesting is that once they catch these persons, there's so many charges they have to put on them. Because you walk in the place where innocent people are and put their life in fear by opening
In fear, in danger.
right?
Yes.
And you open fire, and this innocent person get hit. This other person get grazed. Then you kill two people, and you be like, man, like.
Well, the police is
They should
saying
sink them in prison,
The
man.
police is saying unofficially that the two victims are known to them.
Oh wow.
So that's the society we're living in, where
Were they being monitored? by the police?
There's no evidence of that at the moment,
Okay.
but I don't know. There, I have a special barber shop that I go to, and when I go to the barber shop, the good thing about it is the barber them don't speak English too well.
Let me, you know something? I wonder if we could advance an argument to either the court or the Minister of National Security.
What argument would you like to advance?
That any person who's wearing an anklet bracelet should not be allowed to go into a public space.
How you prevent him from going to a public space?
They should be kept home.
Ankle
and allow
brace
people to
is
bring them their
subject
food,
to an order
wash their clothes.
of the court.
Yeah, but
Are you willing to petition the Chief Justice?
I think people who are wearing anklet bracelet, they should not be allowed to go into public spaces.
Now, do you know you could be wearing an ankle bracelet for a number of minor
Yes,
crimes?
I understand that. So the ones that have done the serious crimes, like murders, who are out on bail, don't allow them to go in public spaces, man. It's a danger. A clear and present danger to society.
This is Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. What a day. As we approach Christmas, we must pray. Let's be safe. Let's stay home. Let's lock up the house. It's turkey time.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. Bradley Roll is my spiritual advisor, and it is birthday time, isn't it?
Absolutely, Sandra. Indeed. So we got a couple birthdays. Shout outs to do today. So let's see who's celebrating. Cameron. Happy birthday to Cameron. Coming from Deborah, Edgecombe, and family. Enjoy your day. Happy birthday, Cameron. Angelique is celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to our beautiful Angelique. Blessings from God. Angelique, from your dad, Godfrey, your mom, your brothers, and only sister, Anjanette. Wishing you all of God's blessings in this season. Happy birthday to Angelique. Roosevelt Bethel is celebrating the birthday. Happy birthday to Roosevelt Bethel. Celebrated birthday on December 22nd. Of course, greetings coming to you from all those who love you and your family as well. All right? So, Sandra, do you have a shout out for Pembroke Pines someplace?
Yes. Kay Hinsey. Kay Hinsey from Pembroke Pine. I have the secret. I'm so happy that you do watch Freedom March, and I want to salute you and all the people in the state of Florida. What am I saluting them? I want to salute you, okay? It's powerful, and I want you to know that Donald Trump is my candidate. It's powerful.
All right, well, we want to send a happy birthday shout out to Dr. James Johnson. We understand James Johnson is celebrating the birthday today. It's coming from his wife, Arlene Johnson, his three sons, immediate family, church members at Lighthouse Fellowship Church, especially Ms. McKenzie and Alicia. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day, and have a blessed day, Dr. James Johnson.
This is powerful.
All right.
That's it?
Yeah, it seems as if that is it.
Well, we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. As you know, tomorrow is Christmas Eve. So nobody has said anything to me. So I presume that the spiritual advisor and we shall be here tomorrow to entertain you. And if possible, I'm willing to come on Christmas Day as well.
You'll be here by yourself.
You're not going to come? You forget you don't celebrate Christmas?
I don't celebrate Christmas, but I sure as eat turkey, especially the turkey breast.
Really?
That's the best part, yeah, man.
Okay. Well, I celebrate Christmas, but I have no problem.
I'm not going to eat the ham, though.
Spending Christmas here with members of the public. That may not happen.
You could be here by yourself, I can tell you that.
Spiritual advisor.
Do you know how to produce?
So.
Can you produce the show by yourself?
Produce?
Yeah.
I have a producer. What do you mean produce? I have a producer. So, folks, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a safe Christmas. And I want to say to dads, for heaven's sake, control your alcohol consumption. Please don't be drunk for Christmas. It's very important. And I want to say to young people that they should also control the amount of alcohol that they will consume. And I want them to also recognize that smoking dope is still against the law. So perhaps for Christmas, please don't smoke no dope, and enjoy Christmas sober. And I know that there are many members of Parliament who have been giving out vouchers, who have been giving out turkey and so forth. So I hope that many of you were blessed and fortunate to get, so that you can have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas, and make sure that you share the meal, because I know it's going to be an abundance of turkey around the Bahamas, an abundance of chicken, abundance of ham, and abundance of fish. So today I start my celebration by boiling me some grouper head. So I really hope my wife did cut off the stove, because I left the stove on. she old and I old, but I feel like having me some group ahead. I find it's more economical to purchase the group ahead and to cook it. So let's find ways to enjoy Christmas in a very peaceful manner, and let us not be tempted by the season and allow the devil to lead us into criminal activities. There's no need for it, okay? What you think, my spiritual advisor?
Absolutely. And Sandra, what we want to do at this time is we want to send a special shout out to Latasha Roll, the young lady who experienced that horrific incident the other day. I want to send a special shout out to you. I spoke with you yesterday, and I just want to encourage you to just, be encouraged. I know it's a difficult time for you and your family, but I want you to know that you have a whole host of people who's out here. They're going to be showing you some love very shortly. I had a very brief moment speaking with her, and I just, it's just a really, really sad situation. Listen, we love you. The Bahamas loves you, and they're going to be showing love to you, very shortly. I am, I really got my heart was full as I spoke with her about getting her some help. So, Latasha Roll, on behalf of myself and Rodney Monk and Freedom March, we send you a special shout out today. And we know that it's a bad time. It's never a good time to experience what you have experienced, but at this time of the year, I know you wanted to,
What did she experience?
Some guy beat her up.
Well, say it so the public would know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about the young lady who experienced, that attack just on the sidewalk a few days ago. And so I had an opportunity to speak with her. I think I'm going to get a chance to probably speak with her brother at some point today or tomorrow. But I just want to encourage you, be encouraged. We have some very, very nice ladies from the Church of Christ who's going to be probably visiting you soon. So just hang in there. One of our leading elders who is dead at this time, who passed away, Brother William Miller, he used this phrase: tough times don't last, but tough people do. So just hang in there. It's going to be a really difficult process for you. The healing process in particular is probably going to be lengthy and rather challenging, both physically and financially. But we just want to let you know that help and hope is on the way. So you just be encouraged. All right? I just thought I'll just share that briefly to her, Sandra.
And I joined my spiritual advisor in wishing her a Merry Christmas, and to also point out that there is another woman by the name of Petra Curry. Petra Curry is the F&M woman who lives in Angliston, who baby daddy knocked her down.
Using F&M. She's a
My
Bahamian.
spiritual advisor.
Don't do that,
when
Santa.
you were talking, I kept quiet and I listened
Because I didn't
to
bring
you.
no politics in this, Santa.
You're not here to talk politics. You are my spiritual advisor.
Oh, what
You
a
talk
F&M.
about Jesus.
Say F&M
You
woman.
leave politics to me. She's the F&M woman who got knocked down by her baby daddy, and the society abandoned her. She never got the help that she should have gotten, notwithstanding that there are so many women organizations. Notwithstanding that she lives in Angliston, where one of the leading woman activists is the Member of Parliament, Glenys Hannah Martin.
Lord, I tell you.
And so, just the other day, I must repeat it, show Petra picture. Petra had to be rushed in hospital because she started bleeding from the lower spine. And it's so tragic that she has not been comforted, has not been rescued by any of the women organizations, including the women of the F&M. None of them. And of course, I can tell you why. Petra, she lives in Angliston. Petra is very black. They don't like black people. She's not she's not the woman of their class. So nobody's into Petra. It's a very sad situation, and it affects me emotionally whenever I have to look at her situation. So I have to constantly bring it up because everybody saw the brown cube that her baby daddy attempted to drive over her with the baby. She was able to pass the baby to her sister, and he continued to drive literally over her. Broke her ribs, broke musty leg, and so forth. She was never able to get the ribs operation. So now they say it's too late for that. And then just about 2 weeks ago, she had to be rushed into the hospital, bleeding from her spine. Bleeding from her spine. It's a tragic situation. So in the country, depending on the class the woman comes from, her issue is highlighted. Or it is highlighted in the period when the society is shocked. And then as they calm down and they recognize, oh, that's some peasy gal, peasy head gal from whatever that corner is in Angliston, the issue is dropped. So in the case of Natasha Rule, the man who beat Natasha, he from Wilson Track. Glennis Hannah Martin is his member of parliament. We can't blame Glennis, but Glennis needs to start agitating to hang these people. But Glennis don't believe in hanging. The last good hanging that we had, Glennis was outside the prison and she was very upset. And the murders continue because Glennis thinks the hanging a person is a violation of their human rights. But what does she think about when you kill the woman? So these are some of the tragic situations that we are faced with. So as I join my spiritual advisor in wishing Natasha Rule a Merry Christmas, I remember Petra Curry of Angliston, who Ma is one of the biggest F&M on Marquis Street, right there in the F&M headquarters. And the F&M, all the F&M got his doctors, all kind of doctors. And Michael Pintard, he say to none of the F&M doctors, my God, can't we perform the surgery? Can't we? Senator Seymour, who has a lot to say, she ain't want to represent that kind of woman. Senator Michaela Ellis, that ain't the kind of woman. I know you all have difficulty in believing what I'm saying. Take it from me. Some of these women that we asking them to represent is too black. Now, if they were light skinned. See, only me can tell it to you. Some of these women are too black. They don't want to represent them. They got picky hair. Oh, but if they had little color, they've been up and down. They don't like black people. Take it from me. I know these people. These people is mine. So I thought I'll tell that to you as we look at 2024 and how the women them have been abused, the men them have been murdered, and the children them have been abandoned. So women are still suffering. Found this wonderful woman. Man, you should see her. Beautiful woman. And the policeman picked her up. You should see her. When I met her, I said, Lord, I thank you. I'm old because I almost volunteered to take her and the baby. And I don't know if she get the police to serve summons on the policeman. And if I was her daddy, I would have gone to police headquarters and wait for the commissioner of police. And when I see the commissioner of police, I was to say to the commissioner, you see that officer there? I'm going to take this 2x4 and lick him across his leg because he picked up my daughter and wouldn't mind her and this pretty baby. That's what goes on in this country. But we are not a saved people. That is fundamentally what the problem is. We're not saved. And those of us who claim that we are, we're not playing it right. Why are you laughing at me, man? Would you please stop giving me my spiritual advice? We're not saved. Yeah, that's what it is, folks. So, don't mind them.
You're not saved.
Huh?
So what must I do to be safe?
Well, I'm going to leave that to you. Right? But they're saved. And therein lies the problem.
What must I do
What must you do to be saved?
safe? Acts 16 and verse number 30.
Tell me what
That's
the scripture
interesting,
says.
eh? Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ. Repent of your sins. Confess the name of Jesus, and then you're baptized in water so that your sins could be remitted. And when you rise up out of that water of baptism, you rise to walk in the newness of life. You're now delivered. The word saved means to be delivered.
And I want to add on.
So you're delivered
after
from
you
all
would
your
have
sins.
been delivered.
You have
go
to
now
walk. You got to walk.
and mind your baby. All right? Because a lot of these people who say they're saved, they don't do nothing for their outside children. All right? And I yearn for a day when we could amend the Election Act, where men who have outside children and don't mind them, they can't run for the House of Assembly. But you have to be bold and revolutionary because children are abandoned, women are abandoned because it's really a dysfunctional society. We're very dysfunctional. But I pray to God that we will change, that we will love the woman them, and so forth. Talking about the woman them, I was looking at a documentary in the United States where they have documented that a transgender is a serial killer. I was shocked. I was so shocked. The Americans have documented where this man was killing women, and then he set out to fool the American justice system. So he flew to Thailand and he had a sex transformation. He changed from being a male to a female, but he was a serial killer. His name was Durrell, I think, but he changed it to Donna. So finally, Donna was found with a gun, which was illegal, and when they swap them out, her DNA showed up for a series of murder, and they were shocked that a woman DNA showed up for all kind of sex crime. And when they did a background search, they found out that this wasn't no real woman. This was a man named Durrell who converted to a female. So they arrest the woman, that's the transgender woman, and she had one of the greatest defense. She said, "My name is Donna. I never had sex with a woman, nor have I ever murdered a woman." So they asked her, "Well, who do you think do it?" She said, "Durrell did it," meaning when she was Durrell, say, not Donna. Well, she didn't fool the Americans. They charged her. Now she must be serving 12 life sentences. So the Americans from that program, I didn't know. I have to be careful now. You have to be careful with the transgender now because the Americans are showing that many of them are serial killers. I didn't know it. So I thank God for the Americans. They're constantly educating me on their YouTube channels. So please be careful if you come across any transgender. Okay? Just run from them. Don't do nothing to them. Don't say nothing to them. Just break off, run. Because the Americans on their program show me that there's do serial killing. So that's what's going on. Anything else you want to talk about, my spiritual advisor?
Well, so you missed the most important thing that's in the papers.
What is that?
In a very interesting twist or turn of events.
Okay.
China Construction America, CCA.
What about them?
They have applied to the courts. They have filed before this called Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
And where did they file this?
That is very interesting. They filed in the United States.
Okay.
That's interesting.
And
Because I think what they, mind you, if I'm not mistaken, when you file for Chapter 11, that is a process that is overseen by the court.
okay.
Of course, transparency is the order of the day.
Okay.
And I think they may be approaching the court because they want to reorganize their business in the interest of those who, of course,
They want to organize their business, or do they want to avoid paying Sarkis is Marillion?
They can't avoid it because they have to file for something else. But Chapter 11, basically, thank God for Google, is a court-supervised process that allows a debtor to reorganize their debts and assets to create a viable business. Of course, this is done in consideration of the creditors. So they do owe Sarkis is Marillion this money, and the court will decide based on
You've not
what
read the article, have you?
They don't want to pay Sarkis, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's why they filed Chapter 11?
Yeah.
They can't do that. No,
What do you mean they can't do that?
They have to pay him.
They don't have to pay him.
Chapter 11 doesn't allow them not to pay. It doesn't work that
You
way.
got to have the ass set, right? Don't you have to have
Chapter
that set?
11 would not allow them not to pay
Do
him.
they have
It doesn't work that way.
$1.6 billion.
If they say they don't.
So how then will Sarkis be paid? If I say I don't have $1.6 billion in cash
find a way.
or asset.
They'll find, they'll have, man, come on, man. You believe they don't have it?
Goodness me, this thing got nothing to do with belief now. They have filed a legal document. You want to read it? I have the article
so
here.
if they say they don't have it, then what would the court do then?
Well, apparently.
Because the court ordered them to pay it.
Yeah, but you are allowed to file Chapter 11, eh? If you can't.
You got
meet
Chapter
your bill.
11, I think you got Chapter 7, you got Chapter 13. When we come back and be 5:30, you better hurry and read it.
No. I ignored it. It's you who bring it up.
Well, we don't have to, we could deal with it tomorrow.
No, you bring it up. I ignore
just
it.
ignore
because
it.
As far as I'm concerned, the Chinese got the money.
So what's the Chapter 11 process all about, Sandra? When you file for Chapter 11, what are you trying to do?
You're trying to avoid paying Sarkis.
I don't know if that's what it is.
You are upset over how the Anuncio de Aguila was all over the place running on, and the Chinese decide that they will show him and Sarkis what it is to play with China brush. Got it?
They could do whatever they want. They eventually have to satisfy that judgment. They eventually will have to
You
satisfy
have to read
it.
the article.
Okay, I'll read it
On
then.
the adjournment, I'll allow you to read the article. Merry Christmas, everybody! 2 days before Christmas, did your MP, one woman called me, say her MP ain't give her no turkey. Well, I may put her MP on blast. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Did you get turkey from your MP?
Do you have something to say to the senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Munker, only on ILTV. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker, and of course, goodness, Rodney Monker, and of course, Tanya. Tanya, are you on the line?
Good afternoon, Mr. Monker. Yes, I am here. How are you and spiritual advisor today?
We're doing well.
Well, I say I'm fine, and Merry Christmas to you.
And Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Monker. And listen, a lot of the women's them been in the shop. In fact, the line is full of the women's them. And guess what, Mr. Monker? We are giving them 50% off everything Christmas. Just in time for holiday season. Yes, we have increased our discount to 50% off of everything Christmas. And listen, the men them on the line, they will know if they're getting the same discount. Mr. Monker, tell them it's for all of the people in the 242.
This is powerful.
They can get 50% off their Christmas stuff.
No gender discrimination, eh? All is welcome.
No gender discrimination. All can save here at Shop Smart, the Miracle on Marquis Street.
Now tell us exactly where Shop Smart is located.
We are right here at number 122 Marquis Street. If they turn off of Wolf Road and turn onto Marquis Street, it's two corners on the left-hand side. It is the two-story yellow building. Shop Smart department store is on the building. We're here. We're open at 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for this holiday season because we want to make sure everybody can come in and take advantage of all of our savings.
This is powerful. This is powerful. But the women them are in fact coming out, right?
They are in fact coming out. They're coming out in large numbers. I am telling you, Mr. Monker, I am in the store and they are all here shopping and they are happy to hear about all of the savings we have going on.
Listen, I think you are making a national contribution, and I think it is so fantastic that you're doing this, particularly during this season of giving, the season of Christmas. Go ahead, let me hear you.
Oh yes, Mr. Monker. We love to be able to give back to the community here in the Bahamas because we know that smart shoppers let all their family and friends know to come to Shop Smart because they too want to be a part of these great savings that we have going on.
This is powerful. Well, listen, you have to continue. Will I hear from you tomorrow?
You should hear from me tomorrow, Mr. Monker, because you never know what else sale may be going on. We have 50% off the Christmas items. They can still come in and get 20% off all of the toys. They still can get 5 pieces of clothing for only $25. And listen, all of the window curtains and area rugs are still 50% off.
Wow, this is powerful. Listen, Tanya, I thank you. God bless you. And have a Merry Christmas until tomorrow, okay?
All right, Mr. Monker, the same to you and spiritual advisor. And we look forward to speaking with you again tomorrow.
Okay, this is powerful. That was Tanya from Shop Smart.
Absolutely.
This is great.
Indeed.
Well, folks, in the Supreme Court, there's an interesting case going on. It's been going on for months, then they take break, and then so forth. Long Island Member of Parliament Adrian Gibson is still on trial for alleged corruption. And we saw on Friday that his first cousin, Rashay Gibson, she testified and she said she was compelled to hire security to accompany her to court because she is afraid of Adrian Gibson and she's afraid that something will happen to her. Well, Jeff Fackerson, you know Jeff Fackerson, he's an attorney at law and perhaps one of the defense attorneys. He cross-examined Adrian's first cousin and he had suggested to her that her bail, which is $50,000, was signed by a drug smuggler. And of course, he identified the alleged drug smuggler, Mr. Bassett, she said she admitted to the court that Bassett did sign her $50,000 bail, but she ain't know nothing but him being no drug smuggler. But she's very, very concerned about Adrian. She's afraid for her safety and so forth. And of course, it was suggested by Jeff Ferguson that Miss Cordell Fraser, this is the woman, director of public prosecution, was paying it. Well, Miss Fraser objected, said that she wasn't paying no security for the woman, and the magistrate, that is Mrs. Cheryl Grant Thompson, she said that the court was not paying for it either, and she immediately rebuked Jeff Ferguson, told him to discontinue that kind of cross-examination. So this is what is going on in the court. As you know, Adrian Gibson, the F&M Member of Parliament, who helped to break up the House of Assembly the other day when Shenandoah Cartwright took the Speaker mace and fling it outside. Well, Adrian is on trial for alleged corruption, and this case has been going on for months. This is perhaps one of the longest trial in the history of the modern Bahamas. So it's a beautiful case taking place, and as I say to you, Rashay, she and Adrian, they're first cousin, and so that is what is going on in the court. So I thought F&Ms needed to know, we the F&M, we need to know what is going on with our Long Island Member of Parliament. And you know, this case is so important because don't forget what is happening. Adrian Gibson got up in the House of Assembly. He joined forces with opposition leader Michael Pintard, Mace Thrower, Shenandoah Cartwright, Crazy Thompson, and Hiram Lewis. He joined forces with them and accused the PLP government of aiding and abetting corruption. You can imagine Adrian doing that? Adrian, who's on trial, and that is what he has done. But we say it's a democracy, and we say the PLP wouldn't allow the opposition to speak. Well, Adrian is speaking. Anyway, my spiritual advisor, we could always talk about this tomorrow if it's God's will. Would you kindly open up the phone?
Yeah, let's open the lines. Getting closer to the holiday, one more day. The lines are open. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775. 698-0776. Just call us. We got about 20 minutes to entertain some calls. You can, I guess, talk about whatever it is that's on your heart, which is your mind, that we can talk about. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live. Turn your radios down. Turn your radio down, please, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Do me a favor, please, caller.
It's down.
I need you to turn your radio down, please.
It's down.
Okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Spiritual advisor, I asked you all this before. Man, you all give the public half hour. Why must you want to take political issue with sometimes is stay and bait? And to just bring it on when it's time for the people to call in, man.
Why don't why don't you call in and express yourself? Stop rowing.
No. You cautious because you always doing this.
Oh,
you don't want spiritual advisor to talk politics, but you want to talk all the politics.
The spiritual advisor is here to provide me with spiritual guidance.
Which you don't
Thus
take.
said the Lord of hosts.
You don't take that.
Right.
Everything that he said that is holy, I listen to.
You don't take that. Because I watch you.
You ain't saved.
No, you ain't saved neither.
Wow.
A spiritual advisor, I call you another time because he done turn me off.
Yes, sir.
Satan, get thee behind me, eh?
Have a good day.
I rebuke you 3 times.
Take care now, caller.
Oh, I got to rebuke these fellas.
323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, Bahamas.
Good evening. Sir.
The lady who was beaten on the bus stop
Yes.
was expected to go on surgery for 2.5 hours on Saturday.
Really?
And I was told that she said only one thing she regret.
What's that?
That is, all those men on the bus. Not one say anything. Thank God they caught him. Now, I don't know the woman, but I feel bad for the woman.
I'm so happy that you feel bad.
And social service should pay her a visit to see if she needs any assistance.
Okay.
And any man who can beat a woman like that in broad daylight and then confronted by another man and run away, then he is a sissy or a punk. God save the king.
God save the king, my brother.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Sorry, we lost that call.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Yes, good afternoon.
Merry Christmas to you, Senator and Spiritual Advisor.
Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas, my dear.
Just wanted to let you know that you can let Senator know that I didn't receive my ham or turkey from St. Barnabas.
Shannon, you didn't get any?
No.
Really?
What,
Wow.
what constituency you live in?
St. Barnabas.
What street are you on? Don't give me the house. The street.
Road.
You're off Wolf Road.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, you know, Shannon ain't bring none to me either.
I would speak with the member of parliament.
I live in Black Village.
Yeah. I will speak to the member of parliament about that for you, okay?
Because
Okay, thank you.
the PLP has refused to investigate what how Shannon managed $36 million. It's amazing, hey.
That's right, Mr. Monica. Please do that. Anyone get up in the House Assembly and go try it for the mace?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
And he ain't tell us what happened. See, if I was throwing out the mace, I would have said to the speaker, I'm going to throw this mace out the same way I throw away $36 million.
Now, caller, you want this hammer turkey, or you just called to try to ridicule the
My spiritual advisor.
Just give me a second. Let me cross-examine this woman.
No. You leave this woman alone.
You really want the hammer turkey, or you just called to try and criticize him and make him look like he's a bad MP? What's the purpose of your call?
I want the ham and turkey.
Okay, so you'll get it. You'll get it, okay? You'll get it. I will talk with the minister tonight.
Well, you might as well tell him I want a turkey and a lamb leg.
You're welcome, ma'am. All right, this is a way to do things, all right? You want the ham and turkey,
Oh,
you'll
come
get
on,
it.
take the next caller.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, I have a few positive points
Okay.
going into this, and I can bring it right back to the last big meeting. My thing is, the Speaker of the House of Assembly needs to vote. She is very disrespectful.
I'm not going to take this Negro man. I'm going to hang up on you. You're not going to tell the speaker how to deal with those unruly men. It's time women whip them in line. How dare you attack the honorable speaker? Who the heck do you think you are? Shenandoah take a whole mace, cost $270,000, and fling it out in the streets. And this PLP ain't prosecute him. Huh? He got a second chance. And the PLP has always had a history of giving criminals and bad men second chances.
Lord, I tell you. Well, welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Caller, you there? 323-7775, 698-0775, 698-0776 I don't know if we have any more calls. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You are live. Go ahead, caller. We listen to you.
What you said just now, you said, Sean, you said, if you get some time said, she feel threatened for her life. I mean, that's a big news, you know. It's amazing to see how spiritual advisor refused to elaborate on how Michelle Gibson said her life being threatened. And spiritual advisor stop campaigning on the air, okay? The PLP athletes are doing great things in community, giving opportunity to everybody, the effort, and they giving nothing. Already my job.
Yes.
No. What Sharon, I mean, what Michelle Gibson said, but you get some things again, that's a big thing, okay?
Okay.
All right.
This is powerful.
Now, you talking about somebody who ain't saved? Dave. Dave needs Jesus bad.
Well, I blame you if he doesn't have Jesus.
Dave, you need to understand the gospel, okay? You need to become a Christian, Dave. You're in trouble. You're in trouble, Dave. Your soul is on the line. 323-7775. Excuse me, sir. Are you trying to reach the show? You have to call me. I'm on TV, young man. You got to talk to me after the show. No. Oh, really? Let me ask you a question. Is this facts? Is this true? Keep resigned from what? You resigned from the cabinet? All right, we're gonna fact check it, okay? And find. All right, thank you so much, Carlo. All right. I don't know, Santa. They want to pass a message to you. Let Keeper resign from the cabinet. We don't know how true it is, but anyhow, we'll fact check it. And
You're
find
my
out.
spiritual advisor.
323.
Will you stop accepting political messages? You are to accept if they tell you that Jesus is coming.
Well, if they tell me that, I'll have to go to the book to check that.
All right.
Because he's not going to come to them only.
I don't.
The Bible says every eye will see.
I don't want no politics from you, okay?
All right. We're going to fact check it, okay? But we understand that Keith Bell resigned from the cabinet. We can say how true it is. This caller is saying that the caller says that he has the easily verifiable facts. So, sooner or later he'll find if it's true. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hello.
Yes, you're live, caller. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rowe. How you doing?
I'm fine. How you doing?
So, thank God I could talk to you and you could talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Munker.
Sir.
Let me tell you something. Why, when Mr. Rowe starts to talk, you don't give a man a chance to talk?
Every time he's talking about Jesus, I listen to him. He's here to give me spiritual advice, not politics.
Well, you're the one who started, Munker.
I talk politics.
But Monica, why from the time you've been come on the PLP, why are you still talking politics?
That's why I'm here. I talk politics.
You know something, Monica? You need Jesus. I can be honest with you.
Are you willing to come and pray with me?
Pray with you, Monica. You do. I don't even walk. I don't even walk in the bar room with you. You
I rebuke you 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Hang up on that unsaved Negro.
The man is just expressing his views, Santa.
My spiritual advisor, he's abusing me. I'm 68. Why is he abusing me?
All right, no, you shouldn't be abused if that's the way you feel. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hello?
You're live, caller. Go ahead.
Yes, good morning. I haven't received a harm from Fred Richardson.
What did you say?
I haven't seen the harm or turkey from Mr. Fred Richardson.
Well, I shall direct you where you can pick it up. Ready?
Okay.
Do you know my first cousin, Derek Davis?
Yeah.
At the Jungle Club?
Yeah.
You go to Derek, tell Derek I send you, and tell him I say on behalf of Fred Mitchell, give you a small turkey and a small ham. How does it sound?
Mr. Derek doesn't be there.
What you mean he doesn't be there? Where the heck he's be?
His daughters be there.
No. You just do as I say. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And call me.
All right.
Okay.
All right, take care, caller. 323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775. A lot of people haven't received ham and turkey from their MPs. So we don't know what's happening this year. Maybe things are kind of tough.
There are hundreds of people
who have not received
who
ham and
have
turkey.
received ham and turkey.
And there are hundreds who haven't. So
all right?
maybe they're going to
And
get it tonight.
those who did not receive ham and turkey, they were given the voucher to get it.
Okay. All right, no problem. Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you live. Caller, you there?
Hello, good evening.
You can turn your radio down, please, sir.
Yeah, hello, good evening. How you doing, Mr. Spiritual Advisor and Mr. Monka?
Sir, is there any truth to what we heard?
How y'all doing?
We're doing well.
All right, thank God for that. Well, unfortunately, I have no stove or no oven or no gas tank to request no ham and no turkey.
Where do you live?
I have twin daughters, they're 9 years old. I request 2 bikes for them, please.
Where do you live?
I in the Fort Charlotte area.
Don't you know where your MP constituency
I couldn't
office
locate
is?
them. I couldn't locate them. I've been trying. I couldn't locate them.
I'll tell you where to find it. Ready?
At this kind of time, I on the road right now. I on the main road, down the road by DNC. So if you send me to the office, and you get success.
O E of little faith. You're not prepared to go to the constituency office?
I close at the DNC. I'll pass there right now.
Pass there and check.
Check, and if I don't get no success, what you want me to do? You'll be coming to the radio station?
Well, no, he doesn't work here, so don't come here.
You want me to go to the club or?
Do you know Henry Dane?
Are you familiar with Henry Dane?
Go see Henry Dane.
Henry Dane, he could guarantee I get 2 bikes.
No, I didn't say.
My daughter?
I didn't say, but like, just go and see Henry Dane quietly.
Yes, sir.
If he can't get bike, I'm certain he can give you 2 juicy fruit cake.
I had a fruit cake actually. I enjoy one of them. I appreciate that so much.
Is this the fruit cake with Alfred Sayers' picture?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, you go back where you get the fruit
Listen,
cake
I was
from.
one of the volunteers for the constituency. I have given several of them to one of the polling divisions. I ain't gonna call no number.
Yes, go see Henry Dane.
Mr. Henry Dane, okay,
Yeah,
yes,
tell him his wife, cousin. Say I'm related to his wife.
Yes, sir.
On the Williams side.
I hope he's listening because I see him like 5 days of the week.
You go to Henry, you say to him, your wife, cousin, Rodney Monka, send me. Henry is a wonderful citizen.
Yes,
okay?
All right, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Look forward to contacting him or try.
Go and see Henry. He's doing a wonderful job quietly in the constituency, but I know his business. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I also was a small landscaping businessman. And I was interested in trying to get some form of contract or maintain the neighborhood, the community, or any parks, any clinics. You know, I'm trying to be productive in the community as well as society. So
when you see Henry Dane, talk to Henry about it. Ask him where you can find Minister Alfred Sayers. If there's one constituent who can find Alfred Sayers, take it from me. It's Henry Dane. He's married to my daddy cousin. I kept that a secret.
That's all.
All right, you take care now.
I'll be telling Mr. Moss and Mr. Olsen.
Mr. Moss is your name?
Mr. Olsen is my name. I work along with Mr. Moss.
Okay, Mr. Austin.
Olsen.
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 Obsint.
O-B-S-H-I-N-T.
Bon, ma comprend.
Bon.
Si, Papou, si, Poutrenli, Willez-moi.
That's all you got to hear.
C'est pas problème. Map Edo.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay. No problem here.
Now we have Peter.
Now by Peter, monsieur. Henry, take care of that man. Other than that, me and him will have to search for Alfred Sayers. He's one of my people. Yeah, go ahead. Anybody on the phone?
Welcome to Freedom March. Caller, you're live. You got 60 seconds. Go ahead.
Compliments is the sixth of all of you gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
kind.
And because everybody the harm Turkey. I live in Golden Gate and I'm going to any conference.
Who's your MP?
No, this is not one of those for the town.
Who's
my
that?
MP sent out some cake. You know, you gotta be thankful for whatever you get.
That is true.
Be thankful for whatever you get. Okay?
Yes.
Because guess what? God provided from Turkey.
That is true.
Now, I respect you, but that lady you called over the time of Turkey, you answer her. But when she starts to criticize what the MP did the other day in the House, you want to come on. And then you ask her, you want harm in Turkey, or you want to criticize the minister. And she deserves to be criticized.
Call us tomorrow. Listen, everybody. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. Merry Christmas, everybody. If it is God's will, the spiritual advisor and I shall return Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Munker, his guests, and callers on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written consent of the Verizon Media Group.